Yo, what is good, YouTube? Hey, it's TC made it back with another video, man. Hey, today we was interviewing a CEO of a clothing brand, a close friend of mine, JP, CEO of ROSECLTR, man. What's going on,
What's going on
JP?
with you, man?
That's what they did. What they did?
Some unreleased.
Oh, we got some unreleased in the
Unreleased Rose Culture. I'm J.O.,
Yes,
aka Cashy J.O. on all platforms. Snapchat, Rockstar, that's my name on Snapchat. And for Rose Culture, y'all already see what it is.
Yes, oh, let me get a little closer up on it.
ROSECLTR. Y'all make sure y'all go get it. That's the unreleased new
Yes, sir.
Rose Culture. You know what I'm saying?
What
Anniversary jersey right there.
Yeah, definitely gonna put this to work. It's Alright, so today we just interviewing JP as a clothing brand owner, the CEO of ROSECLTR, and pretty much we're gonna get it started.
Ain't no hoes on me, just beg my mind. Gotta pay the CEO, damn nigga, give me my fine. Baby, her wife, she more than a dime. Getting this money ain't time to time. Make your whole fall out of line. Right.
So, bro, JP, explain to them who you is, you know what I'm saying, where you come from, you know what I'm saying, how you grew up, and pretty much what is ROSECLTR.
So like I said, a lot of people call me J.O., some people call me Cash. Closer people call me JP, you know, like my boy Ty. But I'm 19, about to be 20, March 22nd. I've been doing designing for 10 years, which is part of the anniversary of ROSECLTR. I started ROSECLTR back in 2021. The beginning of ROSECLTR, and I tell a lot of people this, it was started in a tribute to my grandma. You know, the last thing I gave her was a rose, and it was so sentimental to me that I made something with rose in the name, and then I thought about what did my grandma, you know, used to instill in me, and it was that winning, you gonna do whatever you say you're gonna do culture. So when I said that, it was like ROSECLTR, and I'm like, yeah, I like that. I texted my godmom, I called her, I was like, and then I called my mom, I was like, I think I got my name. Yeah, I was like, because to be honest, a lot of people don't know the name at first was Made in Rose, which is now the power of ROSECLTR. So I'm glad to be doing that with my dad. I'm glad to have, you know, that power with my dad. And I think I was designing after school, and I made a design. I was making some logos, you know, because I was making some designs, you know, logos and stuff that I'm gonna make for my first shirts.
Yeah,
stuff that I
gotta have a good logo.
Something that's, you know, when you start your clothing brand, a lot of people don't understand. You don't sell your first ever shirt. Like you kind of like keep that like local sale. So it's like, okay, it's the first ever shirt. I don't know how it is, but it's just to see how this printing goes. So when I made the shirt, it was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And then I was coming up with something, and I was looking, I'm like, culture, and I'm like, I put it in, I said ROSECLTR, before it was CLTR. It's like, yeah, that's hard. Then a few months later, I was thinking in my room to myself, I'm like, how can I make this brand something? Because if I want to take this serious, I need to get better.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't great at designing, I was just making stuff, but I was good.
Yeah.
You know?
You're good enough to start.
Exactly. And to get to the next level, I did something. I was like, how can I abbreviate this? You know, think of what's you instead of saying, you know, you want this to be a tribute to your grandma, but you got to think about you love this, you know, so you want to make this something that's related to you as well. So when I abbreviated that culture, it was like, yeah, like this is different. And you know, that's when from there, 2021, I got started.
Okay. Well, you pretty much already answered this question, but how long has it been since you made ROSECLTR?
4 years.
So it's been 4 years.
It's been 4 years.
And you said you've been designing since you was 9?
Yes.
So I've been
designing since 9.
So I take it you was one of the best students in art class.
No, I wasn't.
So you've been designing for 10 years and you wasn't one of the best students in art class?
No. Honest truth.
So where were you in that list? From like best to like the stick figures being worse?
You know what? Like in art, okay, before I learned how to like just graphic design. In art, I was never like a great pen to paper type of guy. Like my lines were kind of scribbly. So like when I finally got into geometry, I think that's when I was kind of good. I was like, yeah, I'm able to kind of create stuff now. But
Okay.
I would say I had stopped taking art before I started the brand, and that's when I got into geometry to learn angles. So that's how I kind of learned how to be the best at what I do.
Okay. So would you say from then till now, that if you was put into an art class, you would come out at least like top 5 out of, let's just say 20. Out of 20 people in the art class, you'll at least come to top 5 from all your 10 years of designing.
I'm gonna have to put myself in top 3.
Top 3.
Top
How much
three.
time?
Top 3, and I'm not 3 or 2.
Okay. There we go. The confidence right there. Yeah. That's what we like.
Yeah, most deal.
Okay. So next question. What made you start a clothing brand? Like, cause everybody wanna start clothing brands. Some people just wanna do streetwear. Some wanna get into the active side, football, sports, all that. Or you got some people that wanna do like the luxurious side of clothing brand, like E, Versace, Gucci. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be one of those type of ones. What made you start your clothing brand, and like what type of clothing brand are you desired to be?
So I'm gonna answer this in parts, y'all.
Yeah, it's a part question.
Coming from Memphis, the fashion game, in my eyes wasn't to where I liked it. And I'm a very big fashion guy. Like I said, I've been dressing since I was a kid. And one thing any of the people around me used to say, boy, that boy can dress. He know how to put some things together. And I just, it was something about the fabrics of clothes, It was something about the way the ink was on the clothes, what type of stuff can peel off. Like, how long can I keep this shirt till it starts to peel? How long can I keep this jacket till it starts to fade,
So question,
Like,
with this being unreleased, how long until this start peeling?
it don't peel.
Nah, it's miserable.
But
yeah, rose colors do not peel. I heard it from the CEO himself. It does not peel. No matter how long you had it.
It was like, I was just thinking like, and I love clothes. I love fabrics. I love everything about clothes, designing clothes, all of it. So it was like, you want to put your passion into something, but what do you love the most? And I was just thinking, I was like, I love clothes. So one day I woke up and I'm like, okay, a lot of people say you either gonna make it one day or you gonna make it today. I was like, you know what? It's today. And I just, I was 15, 16 maybe. Yeah. And being that young and being a designer, and you don't really use a lot of paid software. Somebody go say they did this. I went to a t-shirt designing website. I ain't gonna say the website. And I just went on there and was creating merchandise on merchandise. And knowing it wasn't gonna come out because of the pricing. But I was just doing it because
Just to see. Yeah.
And when I started doing it, I was like, okay, this is hard. Now, what are you thinking about making the most? So I looked at myself and I kind of tried to understand, where are you in the dressing scale? And I'm like, I'm a fashion guy, so I gotta come with something like this, something similar to me, something different though. And I went with the streetwear type of style, because that's my type of, style. Yes, on my page, I have a couple of, luxurious things that you could wear to anywhere. I got a couple of streetwear things you could wear anywhere, But with the way I like to dress, I dress more streetwear than luxurious at times. And maybe, I ain't gonna say we are, but maybe down the line we might have some suits and stuff coming out, maybe for those type of luxurious people. But as for my brand currently right now, I mean, I'm just streetwear, active wear, and all types of wear. But I'm still working with my luxurious wears too. I'm starting to get into it a little bit more.
So would you say that you're trying to bring like you know how Memphis and uh let's say New York, you know how New York style is, and then you got Memphis style. Would you say that you're trying to bring like another style to Memphis through your clothing?
Yeah.
Like New York, for example. If you're trying to style like New York, then you'll try to embed it into your clothing and put it out in Memphis.
Not only in Memphis, I would say I'm trying to bring all the styles together
Okay.
to the forefront because I mean, like I feel like it's so many different ways to put on a fit and make an outfit, and I feel like with making a outfit, you kind of want to have different styles you can go in, different ways you can go. So if you can put together a fit in all types of styles, Memphis, LA, New York, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, Miami, it's like, bro, you know how to dress. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to bring. I'm trying to make sure all those styles are put in together.
Okay. And then second question, which I can't tell you because I forgot. I forgot it. So we're gonna move on and hopefully it comes back to me. Next question. So tell us about some of the challenges you faced from since you started designing, since you were 9 years old, started designing, and up until now, from making your clothing brand, coming out with the very first drop, coming out with the very first big project you made, the trips, if you've been on any, the people that you met, the challenges that you pretty much faced as a clothing brand owner with being in the clothing brand industry for, you said 4 years?
4 years.
Yeah, so 4 years. So, what, you know what I'm saying? Tell us about some of those challenges. Tell us about your 3 biggest challenges.
3 biggest challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so many challenges. Number 1, I would say myself. Your mind is probably your biggest enemy. So, with time being an issue as well, and that's the second one, but this plays with yourself. Time and yourself can kind of go head to head. It's like you want to do something, but your time may not align with what you want to do. So your mind gets doubtful. It starts to creep up on you that you're not doing it the way you've envisioned it, and that kind of hurts you as a business owner and as most definitely as a fashion brand owner, as a clothing brand owner. You want to kind of be able to be on the 8 ball at all times. That way you can, be living the way you want to live. But I say myself because I put myself to so many different standards with my clothes, with my drops. My second biggest thing was time. I mean, I did not know how to manage time. Managing time was horrible for me when I started. It would be like I would try to do so many things at once, knowing that the main thing that I'm doing is kind of, it's right here in the front of my mind, and I'm trying to get to it, but I got to do this, this, and this. It's like I can't. I knew right then and there, like I have to manage my time the way I want to manage my time, the way I need to manage my time. And third would be, and this is honest. People. I let people talk me down. I let people, do some bad things with my business, and even with starting my business and even with going into this 4th year into my business, I lost a whole lot of friendships, a whole lot of relationships because of trying to make the decisions that I felt was best for my business and has been best for my business. I mean, I don't encourage this on nobody, but even with me not going to college, it was a decision I made, but a lot of people didn't go with it. A lot of people didn't like it, and they left me because of it, Or, even with me having certain ways I like to run my business, a lot of people didn't like that as well. So I mean, I just say people will be the third one because it's not the biggest one. You know, being a clothing brand owner, kind of you want to kind of separate, you know, yourself from anything that may be negative. You want to be around the positive because with God you could do anything. And you know, it doesn't matter if somebody doubts you, it doesn't matter if somebody tries to take this from you. If you are going to do it, you're gonna do it. And I mean, that's what kind of helped me overcome those challenges. I mean, when I was making my first drop, I would say, you know, the first drop thoughts were like, is this good enough? Is this something that I would wear? Is this something that I feel like can really take off? You know, that's before you drop. It's your doubt, and that's when that's when you're fighting yourself. It's like it's so many doubts because you don't want to put all your time into this, all your money into this, and it kind of backfires. So it's like, nah, this not gonna backfire, bro. I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna do this my way. I'm gonna, you know, whatever God gonna bless me with, He gonna bless me with. And that's where I was blessed to, even with my first drop, be invited to a pop-up shop, and even get some of my stuff sold. And even to now with dropping, I mean, back then I was a kid, bro. I didn't understand it's so many different ways to drop. I mean, you have to market in different ways. You have to kind of reinvent not only your brand but yourself. You know, it's so many things that you have to reinvent. You have to think about where your mind state is at and kind of add that layer into where you can be at with their marketing, with their clothing, with your, you know, clothing is art, you know, regardless of anything, you know, making that shirt, making this hoodie. I mean, that's art, you know, that's something that I made just going with whatever emotion I was going with. And at that time I was making designs off of, you know, a lot of people do this. This is game. I'm giving out free game, like free game. A lot of people do this. Our first designs are always stolen designs. They are always copy and paste, you know? So when you are making your first, and I'm being honest, like this is gonna be your first to third drop. You're gonna be copying and pasting. Cause you don't know your like complete fashion sense yet.
Yeah,
because
so
you
need some examples.
Exactly, you need some examples. So yeah, like with it's like we all go to Pinterest. Free game, y'all. We all go to either you know, Pinterest, or we go to Instagram. You know, you'll go to Instagram and you see it's hard.
I went to Pinterest.
And you go to you look up what you're trying to do, like, you know, the clothes that you're trying to make, and you're like, man, you know what? I like this design. I'm gonna do this, right? You find the easiest design because you know you ain't trying to get into nothing that you might have to draw, and you might have to, you know, color correct and all that. So you know, you try to find you that number one top design that's out right now.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, don't feel bad about it because everybody did it. I did it before. We all did it. You know, when you first designing clothes, when you finally, pieces, when you first designing pieces, you are trying to figure your own fashion sense yet. You haven't figured it out. So it's like, when you're trying to find your fashion sense out, it take probably your third drop from you copying and pasting for you to find your fashion sense out. And take your second drop, it might even take your first drop, because it's like you can look at it and be like, I like that, like how can I reinvent this? You know, it's kind of like with doing YouTube. You look at something, you be like, I like this vid idea, how about I do this, but I make it in my own little way, you know what I'm saying, and reinvent it in this type of way. And it's like, yeah, bro, like, okay. And it can be hard, but when you find your fashion sense, bro, it's like people not even thinking about what you copied off of. They like, bro, this is actually good now. Like, I know Nike hard, but this is harder. Like, you stop comparing yourself to other people. You stop looking at what other people are doing, and you start to design on the way you design. Like, I feel like now with me designing, the way at that time I was not using my emotions or my mind when I was designing. I was just using, I love clothes, I love designing. What is some ideas? What could be my blueprint? You know, I knew it was my blueprint, but I knew eventually I would get myself to where I'm at. I knew like eventually, okay, I got my blueprint. Now let's see where you finna go.
So, touch back on the topic that you were just speaking on, with first starters trying to drop their first merch. Would you say that, let's speak for you. Would you say that dropping your first, what was it, a shirt, pants, what was it, a hoodie? What was your first drop, your first thing that you manufactured?
It was, my first one was a shirt and a hoodie.
Okay, so a combo?
It was a combo.
Okay, so with that, do you feel like, how long did it take you to drop? Like from the works, from the thought to the work, to the works, to the manufacturing it at the warehouse, and to actually releasing. So from that time period, how long would you say it took you to put it in motion and drop it?
Okay. So designing wise, honest truth, y'all. It wasn't much, but it took me so long because I did not know what I was doing.
Okay.
So, because I was making clothes. I mean, when I was graphic designing at first, I was making 2K videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I was making like graphic designs for videos instead of making stuff for like merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was designing it, it took me about an hour or two to kind of get that together.
Mm-hmm.
Manufacturing it wise, it took about 2 weeks to manufacture it. Kind of trying to figure out how I like to manufacture my stuff. So I didn't know really anybody. This is when I'm still working off of like an online software, free online software. And it's on my website. I love my first drop. There's nothing bad with it. It's just like it's my first drop, like, cause I know what I drop now. But you know, it took about a good. I had caught COVID on my first drop too. That's the crazy thing. I caught COVID with my first drop, so I didn't get to see my first drop until it got here the week I had COVID. So it took about 2 weeks and an hour and 30. Then then it took another 2 weeks. So I didn't see my drop, my first drop, shirt and a hoodie, until like a month and 2 weeks after I designed it.
So after that month and 2 weeks with thought and everything, the work behind it, after that month and 2 weeks, how long did it take for you to publicly drop it?
Publicly drop it. Oh gosh.
So like it's out there to the public, they can get it now, but they don't know exactly how long it took you from you getting it, from you first getting it from the manufacturing to you. Did you have a website up then, or was you just like, you know, trying to sell it? Like
I was trying to sell it like locally at first. So for me to publicly drop it,
yeah,
it took me
like
about.
Know about it.
It took me about. I want to put the right date.
I feel like you could say about two months.
2 months. Yeah, it was 2 months.
I want to say 3, but I feel like it was like 2 or 3 months.
Because I didn't get to see my first drop until like September of 2021, and I didn't get to publicly drop it until like November of 2021.
Okay.
So yeah, 2 months. 2
So
months.
2 months. Okay. Well, moving on to the next topic. How easy was it? How easy or hard was it for you to start your first club? To start the clothing brand?
It was difficult, bro. Like that was during quarantine.
Oh yeah, quarantine. It was all in the house.
Everybody know like during quarantine times, computer quarantine times. You know when you was on school on computer, and work on computer, bro. It was hard, bro. Like because it was so many scammers at that time.
Yeah.
And like finding a manufacturer was like bar to none. What's this called? So then, you know, let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I thought it was on. So it was difficult, bro, cause I was trying not to get scammed. I would say my first drop, I couldn't design on like the exact design. I couldn't like really take my time and say, yeah, this is my first one. Until like I started my business early on in that year. Early on, midway in that year, so around this time to like July. When I was starting, I could not figure it out. I was like, bro, my design, I didn't know what I wanted my first design to be. I was confused. So I was like, okay, bet. Let me go ahead and do this one. And that's when I found a manufacturer that I work with still to this day, you know. But at that time, bro, people were telling me I had to pay $800 just for one shirt.
One shirt is crazy.
But starting a clothing brand, bro, it's pricey, bro. Like it costs at that time. That's at the start of inflation. It was like $3,000
to start.
Like my first drop, I was ordering shirts. So I found 2 manufacturers at that time. So I'm not gonna have y'all pocket watching. If I think about it, including the website that I made in that moment, bro, it was like nearly $3,000, if not more than that.
That's a lot.
So like nowadays, I tell anybody, bro, starting a clothing brand now. Say you want to do your first drop and you want to get like 300 pieces in, bro, that's $10,000.
So if someone came to you about how much they would need to save to start their clothing brand, what would you give them an honest price range from minimum to from the minimum, like minimum that you need to start, and they just say they wanted roughly 300 to 400 pieces for their first job.
Budget. Like I would say most definitely to anybody to budget. But to save up, I would say if you're going to do 300, 400 products. Nowadays, number one, you want to find you a manufacturer, get rates, who might do this for how much. So I would say if you're working a 9 to 5 and you're trying to figure out how much do I need to save for my first drop, I want to do 300 to 400 pieces first drop. I would say save you up at least $12,000. And if not $12,000, I would say $10,000. The reason I say $12,000 at first was because you want to add website costs, you want to add expenses, all types of manufacturing costs. So, it's little things like that you want to add, but I would say $12,000 in that right. Least, if you already got all of that stuff done, all the, necessaries, then $10,000.
What was some criticism that you overcame to be where you are now?
Criticism. Oh my gosh, that's the hardest part of this job. The constant. I'm gonna say this. You know what you probably know how this is. I got you, but I don't got you.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's okay, if you're gonna do this, I'm gonna support.
But when it's time to support, there's no support.
Yeah, it's the classic, I got you, but I don't got you.
Yeah.
It's like okay, I'm gonna cop this, bro.
When it's time to come cop.
When 1 month comes, we order. But then they call you, oh, did you see what Balenciaga just dropped? I'm just spend this $2,000. The classic, I got you, but I don't got you. The second is, are you sure this is gonna work? That's the I ain't gonna lie, that one right there can.
That's probably like the underrated one right there.
Oh, that's the most underrated.
Yeah.
Cause you hear that, it's like now I gotta reevaluate everything.
And they making you overthink. Like you had everything set in motion. Are you sure this gonna work? You sure you got everything? Now you gonna make double checking. I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with double checking, but it's while you double checking, you'll start overthinking like, maybe I should change this, or maybe I should change that. Maybe I should do that. I should do this instead. Like that.
You ever double check
Man.
after somebody says that, and then you
Yes.
think it's, and then you see something that's like, bro, this was wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
That right there kill you.
I'm like, what is in there now?
Exactly.
I was like, it's in there now, so hey, either you gonna love it or you hate it.
It'd be like the imperfections are the perfect thing, but it'd be like, bro, this was wrong. And you just hear that, are you sure this is gonna work? Then the another one is, why are you even doing this?
Yeah, I heard that one before too.
Like, you know, you could be doing this, you know, that's when you decide not to do something the way other people want you to do it, and they just actually
They disagree with what you
they
do.
disagree. That right there, that hurts. I think that's the one that, like, other than the "Are you sure?" that probably hits the heart more
Yeah.
than that.
And you expecting their support, don't matter what you're doing. Like they, let's say some homeboys for example, they say they're gonna support you, you know what I'm saying? They stand by you, and then let's say they all go out to college. 'Cause I ain't go to college, and I'm living best life. Like 12 years of school, that was enough for me. I'm going to college. Like
16 years.
Exactly. No more than 12.
You get to 12th grade and you start.
And really 13 if you count pre-K.
Yeah, you count
If you
pre-K.
count pre-K, that's 13 right there.
And if you count daycare, that's 14.
It's 14. But we ain't gonna really just remember pre-K and daycare. So it's the original 12. But like 12 years, that was enough for me. And like going to school, like I could have went to school for photography or videography, but I got connections that I'm close with that I could, you know what I'm saying, get the info from, that instead of wasting time at college learning it, I can learn from them and put in the work at the same time while learning. I mean, that's probably what you would do at the college in the classes, but you'll be sitting there's to me, there is nothing beneficial from learning about it from a book and taking a test about it than actually being connected with somebody who's done it, did it, and still doing it, and you can do it exactly and successful at it, and you can also do it and learn from them while doing it. So like just learning it from a book, like I couldn't do it. And then I don't know, college is one. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Just college.
I think my decision not to go to college played in that, and then also it was gonna be a distraction.
That too.
I like when I was thinking about college, every time I was thinking about all the fun stuff I would be doing instead of the major I would be doing. So I knew I could go to school for, you know, architecture, graphic design, business, you know, even band if I wanted to. But I mean, when I started to think about college, I'm like, bro, I'm learning from somebody who doesn't even do this. Then they're not even doing this successfully. They just teaching me in this class with a book and with whatever curriculum they have to teach me from.
Alright, class, so you got an essay on Saturday at 12. Make sure y'all study Friday night.
Girl.
You do have homework Saturday morning that needs to be turned in Sunday morning.
Sunday.
And you need to have it done so you can turn it in and it will be graded. If it is not turned in by Sunday morning, you will receive an F for this class. Like,
wait, don't forget the 11:59 p.m.
Exactly, 11:59 p.m.
No chat GPT.
No, anything after that is late and will not be accepted. Like, nah, I can't do it.
Every day you miss, it will be 10 points deducted off your score. You have a Exam on Monday morning after the essay. Make sure you study your essay and the paper.
Then you got a quiz that following Wednesday. So make sure you study for that. Like, nah, man. This is.
You got a 2 page paper done by the next week.
Like, bro, I'm here to learn how to work a camera and how to make money with the camera, not take tests and tests and tests on stuff that I don't even need.
Right.
Like, what? No.
You wanna know something? This is gonna be the most underrated thing. A lot of people didn't understand this while we were in high school. The most underrated subject that was actually your college subject that you had to pass was geometry.
I ain't never took it.
It was geometry. I'm gonna say this for any clothing brand owner. If you learn geometry, you're good.
So you're set.
Like you're set. You can figure out your angles like this. Cause geometry, bro. If you didn't know like horizontal from vertical, 90 square feet to like, if you didn't know any of that,
It'll be way harder to start.
it's way harder.
So teamwork. Now I know a lot of people that is a sole proprietorship in their business. But the main question is, do you feel like you would rather be a sole owner, or you can have a team up under you that you can trust, knowingly they'll get done. They'll get stuff done. And this can be like later on down the line. It ain't have to be like as far as now. It can be 2-3 years from now.
So first, let me get some advice to you. So I was just recently with a team on my clothing stuff, my clothing business. For those that know, y'all know, I was just recently with a team.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say the team, because
Yeah,
of course they gonna know what I'm talking about if they were there around that time to know.
Was this back when you were starting up, or
This
was
was
like
recently. This was recently.
Okay, recently.
Like
Okay.
this was like during the summer.
Oh, the last song.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like this is when I dropped my penalties and this is when I dropped my penalties
Okay.
and went to like a couple of events in the summer.
Okay. So what happened with the team?
So I mean, I'm not gonna speak on specifics because still.
Hey, you can just keep.
But I would say that there was a controlling aspect in the team of a member that was very controlling. And one thing I will say from experience in a team, that how to say this? Don't let it be your friends or your family, because once you allow too many people that's too close to you to be in your team, they think they can get in here. So with that team, I mean, bro, I loved my team. Like, real, I did. One marketed, two of them marketed, and I handled the products. At first it was, they marketed and wanted to try to help in with the products and try to,
So they tried to be all over the place.
Well, not they. It was one person.
Okay.
So one person tried to be all over the place and was trying to tell me how to design and how to push product and what product I need to push and what decisions I need to make business-wise.
So, so the marketer was trying to be a CEO, trying to tell the CEO how to run his own brand.
Right. Without any knowing of how to run a clothing business at that time.
Okay.
So if there was something that I knew, I did not know it.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's why I'm saying you have to be careful with a team, because it can be so many people that can be controlling, but don't let it be your friends or your family. Because once it's your friends or your family, bro, all gloves can come off at that. Because somebody is gonna eventually get to that controlling stage, or you might figure out how controlling that person is, and that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt you. So, but getting into having a team later on down in the line, let it be well-known professionals that do their job and they go on their life. You know, um, and what I mean by they do their job and go on about life is you don't have to have no conversation with them every day. You don't have to. You don't have to kick it with them. You don't have to go and get a bite to eat with them or go to a party with them. But you can tell them, okay, this is my idea for my business for the company. You know what we're trying to do. It's an itinerary. Let's get this done. And you know those people, they can get whatever job they need to be doing. Because I feel like as a clothing brand owner, you should never want to have to manufacture and do everything yourself. Because it's too much stress. So if I gotta manufacture everything myself, if I gotta, you know, some of y'all know if you got a screen print, DTF, DTG, you know, different types of printing and different types of making with these shirts and making different garments, and I gotta sew and stitch and all. That, bro, that takes up time when you can be marketing what you're doing or what you just made. It takes up time. It's very time consuming. So you should know, like, okay, I may not want to depend on this person, but you know what? I can open my own manufacturing and then I can hire these people to do this and do that. And no, I don't have to be the best of buddies with them. Because me and my manufacturer, I love my manufacturer. I consider my manufacturer as somebody as a mentor who's taught me the game, who has helped me through the game, who has helped me get out of partnerships that I should never been in, that helped me learn what partnerships to be in, that has helped me learn how to do manufacturing myself. Like my manufacturer is literally one of my best friends, you know, and just in adult form. And I would say, you know, knowing that I mean, me and him, we don't hang out outside of what we do, but you know, we still have our talks and all that. Bro, that's the perfect relationship right there. Cause you can't mess that up. It's like, how can I say this? It's like, I don't have a personal tie to you. So now I don't have to worry about what you may do and then me saying, okay, I'm leaving this partnership. And then I gotta be like, what can I do next? Like I feel lost without you in the shuffle. No, I have people I can hire. So now I have no personal tie towards you. You don't have a burden on me. If you're not doing your job, we don't have a personal tie. I'm sorry, but you gotta go. And I just gotta hire the next person. And that's why I would say hire trained professionals, well-renowned, professionals that have been doing this stuff that you want to do within your business. Because as soon as you have a personal tie with somebody, and this is with any business, but mainly with a clothing business, because even with me doing clothing, I would never want to do anything with family or friends. I want my friends to like, you know, help me out, but I don't need like no team. No, we all own this, because then it gets kind of messy. So I would say, you know, hiring professionals and hiring people to do that stuff, bro, it works best and it keeps less stress. You know, so yeah, I mean, that's probably my best advice to anybody.
Okay, so for those that can't get a professional team, you would recommend to go it solo, or you know, at least have like somebody in your ear, like a mentor or something, to help you along the way until you can get that work relationship that they can have with somebody that can get stuff done. So you would recommend them to do it solo until they're able to get somebody like that.
Become best friends with your manufacturer. Like seriously.
That's safe for real.
Yes, they do, because your manufacturer has been doing this longer than you, anyways. Like they've seen brands come, they've seen brands go.
Well, that wraps it up for this interview, guys. Hey, again, the CEO of ROSECLTR, JP. I appreciate you coming through, my guy.
No problem.
Yes, sir. And appreciate the unreleased once again, y'all. You gotta show this down again. This will be in the upcoming fit year.
No route.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. But that's the end of this video, y'all. Hey, if y'all like the video, y'all like these interviews that I'm doing, going to different people, going to new people that y'all haven't seen, people that I might know, people I might not know. But yeah, if y'all like these interviews, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, y'all. Get me to it. Hey, I might just give, I don't know. Let me stop talking. Let me stop.
Anybody come from my channel or anything, right now, y'all subscribe. This is what I'll do. Anybody that subscribes will get a free beanie with your first purchase.
Yes, sir. And I will put the website down below in the description so y'all can go check out roseculture.com. I will tag him as well. So, with all being said, like, comment, subscribe, hit post notifications so y'all will know when TC Made It has dropped another video. Hey, also go subscribe to my main channel. It will be right there. I'm sorry, my side channel. It'll be right there. TC Vlogs. Y'all go get at that. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button over there. Watch all them videos. Watch all these videos. Yeah, that wraps for this, y'all. So, hey, TC out.
Ain't no hoes on me, just beg my mind. Gotta pay the CEO, nigga, give me my fine. Baby, her wife, she more than a dime. Getting this money ain't time to time.